have a number 2 combo with no pickles?
Yes, I got another 2 with no pickles. What's your drink?
Sprite, please.
Yes, sir. Just want to add that combo to the large.
Medium, please. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. There.